Hey, welcome to my not so garden. Um, I just want to do a quick review of the Mill Food Recycler. Uh, this is different from like the Rankle and the Lomi products. They're more countertop. This is the size of a kitchen trash can. Pretty heavy, uh, and so I set it up yesterday. We're gonna move it, but we have to rearrange a few things. Um, and so we tried it last night. So basically, what this does is it'll dehydrate and grind the food. It doesn't create compost. Instead, it creates food grounds. Uh, the rankle will create a compost based product. You have to put the bacteria and enzymes in to make that happen. Uh, this will grind up and reduce the footprint of the food that you normally throw out. Anything in a container you bring home or any leftovers, virtually almost everything can go in here. You try to reduce the amount of liquid because you have to dehydrate it, so it just works longer. Um, and not much sugar. Uh, so no cakes, cookies, things of that nature, because the sugar will basically gum up the grinding process. But you can put in tea bags, coffee filters, chicken bones. You can't put in like beef stock bones or lamb bones and the harder bone structure. But you can put in a full corn cob and there's a whole list of what you can and cannot put in the app, which is pretty interesting. Um, but so far, this ran for the first time last night. It's very quiet. It's currently in the edge of our living room with our kitchen, and we did not really hear it. Um, it was fairly quiet. Didn't disturb us, watching television or whatever. Um, the the programming is pretty simple. When do you want to schedule to run it? You can configure the lockability of the unit if you have small kids or you just don't want people to put things in there without you knowing or whatever it may be. I have it set on it only locks the lid when it's running, uh, which I thought was a best choice. Uh, and it basically heats up. I checked the whole time. There's vents on the back. Uh, you can see on both sides. Warm air comes out. It's not hot. It's not like you're standing next to an oven. Uh, it's seems to be very efficient. Basically, a average cycle they compare it to running, being lower than running your dishwasher. Uh, there's a huge carbon filter in the back of this thing. It's like a 6 inch by 6 inch square. Lasts about a year. We'll see how that goes, which explains why the filter replacement costs are what they are. Um, but to give you an idea, and I didn't do a video last night, or I didn't even take a photo. Um, so basically, like a trash can, you open up the lid, and there's a more vanity lid that's over the bucket, and you have these two grinders uh, and paddles, and you can see what's left. So basically, the the way that um, many have compared this is the first time you run this. When you put new food in here, um, the first cycle it'll look like potpourri. So bigger grounds, and as it continues to go, night after night, uh, it will get down to basically everything's like coffee grounds. Now, I can tell you, I had this filled. We put a lot of food in here. I had it fill up to. There's a line, so when it gets this full with grounds, you're supposed to empty it. I had it above that line with food we put in, because I was saving some food to put in there because I knew this was showing up yesterday. And you could see how low that ground down, and that's still only the first cycle. It's a little dark, but now the idea is you can run this on average, whatever the average is, for a month before you empty that bin. Now I'm going to put it in my compost, and it will hold up to what they're saying is 40 pounds of food will go in this thing before you have to empty it. So last night we put in, it registered 4 to 5 pounds, and that's what we have left. So it's very interesting on the process. Again, it's not a composter; it's a food recycler. So we'll see how this goes. We put in things from Chinese food, vegetables, French fries. It is almost endless of what you can put in this. And they give you a little, cheat sheet, on here. Not too much sugar, no takeout containers. If it's fibrous food, you chop it up a little bit more. No shells, no big bones. Chicken bones are hollow, so that's why drain off as much liquid as possible because it'll just run longer. So this will be good. I can continually take this and add it to my compost that I have outside, and it's a reduction of my footprint for garbage. So we'll see. We were talking about this last night to see, how much less our garbage may be. But we'll see. This is cool. It's the Mill Food Recycler. Thanks for watching.